Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the live session. This is Muhammad Ahmad, and I'll be moderating the visual effects module for you. We have this live session from the exhibition of APT 1F1911, and yeah, we're having a physical exhibition here as well. You guys are more than welcome to come here. We are following the SOPs strictly. So if you guys want to join in us physically, you can come in and experience this whole exhibition as you are there. I'll be moderating visual effects module for you guys today. We have one of my very good friends here in Malaysia, Mr. Meher. Meher, please, why don't you introduce yourself a bit?
Thank you, Muhammad. Hi, this is Meher Al-Hamwi. I'm a VFX final year student, and I'm specializing in like 3D environments, 3D characters, and assets.
All right. So that was the introduction. That was Meher for you guys. Let's have a look at Meher's FIP video, and then we'll discuss that later.
Hello, I'm Meher Al-Hamwi. I'm finishing my degree in Staffordshire University at Asia Pacific University in Information and Technology. I'm a student of visual effects and concept design, and I'm going to talk about my final year project, which is basically about a music video walkthrough of three 3D interiors. And the concept behind this project is to talk about like the duality of life and talk about like the darker aspects and the brighter aspects of everything around us. So basically, like there's a point of view camera going around first to the main room, and then the main room could lead him through other rooms, through the lights and everything, through certain effects. So he first goes into this very dark and gloomy room that has like screens all over it, which have like pictures and videos, and they're talking about like how there are problems and there are issues and disasters all around the world and how everyone is facing them. Then the character wouldn't be able to actually escape these rooms until the character examines all these aspects of life. Then after he leaves, after he gets access to the main room again, he goes into the last door, which leads him to this brighter room. And this brighter room has like all the concepts of like the other side of the duality, which is basically like the brighter side, all the good things that are happening in the world, all the people who are trying to unite, trying to like hope for a better future for everyone. So as talking about the technical side of the project, I started looking for references first online. And then I took some of these references and I actually used Photoshop in order to transform these pictures into like cartoonish looking. And then after that, I started putting them together for a storyboard kind of thing. And then after the storyboard, I started animating these images and all in order to put them in an animatics sequence. After that, I presented these animatics to my supervisors and they were approved. So after they were approved, I started doing the 3D blocking. Going from the 3D blocking, I started doing the detailing and all of that using Blender software. Then I had to do everything before I actually get into the post-rendering process. So I tried to do all these effects using Blender itself, like for example, the lighting, the animation of the assets and all. And then after the rendering process, I just compiled everything using Premiere Pro, and now I have my project. It was a very good project, and I learned a lot from it, and I hope you like it as well.
Welcome back, guys. So we just witnessed FIP video for Meher, and it was an interesting project to look at because it was a music video. It had multiple sets and environments to work on at the same time. Meher, what gives you the inspiration to work on something like that, and how did you come up with this idea?
Actually, first of all, like the inspiration was mostly like not a certain project that I've seen before. It was mostly because of the track itself. That we actually, me and a friend, I mentioned the friend in the video, we actually worked on this song together. So the song has like different kind of emotions. Sometimes the emotions were kind of neutral. Sometimes the emotions were kind of like sad and like down somehow. Then after that, it just changes to something like uplifting and all. So that kind of inspired the idea of the video itself to like show these three aspects and to give the general concept of like the duality of life and all of that. So that's how the idea came into fruition.
All right. Let's talk about something technically, technical based. You said there were like different kind of environments you have to work on at the same time. Let's talk about the lighting. How was the process of lighting the scenes all together and working with the lights? How was that?
Yeah, my focus wasn't much on the lighting, but like thanks to certain if like settings in
Mhm.
the software that I've used, like Bloom and all, it gave like this really interesting kind of
Mhm.
effects and the lighting and all. I think you can notice it in the video,
Sure.
and maybe some extra lights that were not obvious in the scene itself. And yeah, so like I didn't really focus much. I just had to make everything give the right details and all. So,
Sure.
yeah.
All right. So let's just talk about what was like the hardest part for you when we're working in this project like that? Because you're FIP, so it's high pressure project. So what was like the most difficult part for you in the whole journey?
I would say like 3D wise, it wasn't hard, but the part where actually had to go and research about the content that
Sure.
I need exactly, because like you really need to know which kind of videos exactly to choose in order to present
Hmm.
in every kind of like in both sets. Since like
Sure.
I had quite a generic topic to discuss.
Hmm.
So like for the first room, which is the dark room, there was like a very general topic, and then you need to go into details and all, like for example, natural disasters, wars, and all these stuff.
Sure.
And then the same goes for the other part, which is like how do I want to present like the unity of humanity and how humans are advancing and all of that.
Right. That's really interesting. So we had a session with Mihir, and okay, we have a comment from our old friend. Uh, Joshua, he was to be our friend here, and he's going to be joining us soon. Go Mayar, he says, go Mayar. So,
Thanks.
he's with you, and good luck. Good luck, Mayar, with your future projects, amending your future, career. And that was all for Mayar. We have another student coming in here with us. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. We're back with another, a student with us. His name is Omar. Omar, let's just introduce yourself for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Hello guys, it's Omar here. I am VFX student in APU in IPIT, and I'm just finishing my degree over here. And yeah, that's it.
Okay,
And
let's.
I'm basically 3D journalist and more into the production side also,
Mhm.
as well as post production side. So let's go for our video.
Okay, let's just jump into his video and let's see
Yeah.
how that turns out.
My name is Mohammad Omar Ahmed. I'm third year student of Staffordshire University at Asia Pacific University of Information and Technology. I'm doing bachelor's over here in visual effects and concept design. And today I will explain regarding my final year projects, what I did before in this last year. So my first concept was to make the post-apocalypse building, which I modeled in Blender, and I just used few objects or few modifiers over there to break the building into post-apocalypse. Then regarding for that building's modeling textures and everything, I use nodes in Blender because previously I was trying to learn nodes for to make the textures and everything to make the file low, so I don't have to go to other software and renders will be go more faster. And even renders what I did for that building, render what I used for this building was Eevee, and Eevee was quite fast for me to render the whole animation for that building. My second project, what I did is Noisy Boy, the character from the movie Real Steel. It was a supporting character, and for modeling, I used Maya, and I tried my best to keep it in loop so I can do easily the shadings and everything. Later on, once I finish my modeling, I bring it to the Blender to do the shadings with the help of nodes because I was learning nodes from since my first project, the Apocalypse building. So I just kept it with for that. And later on, once the shading is done, I use Eevee renderer in Blender itself to render the character shades and everything. And I did the walk cycle for this character also. Hope you will like every of my portfolio. Thank you.
All right, so that was from Umar's side. So Umar, you've been a busy man this whole year. Three different projects working on. I heard you told me about this simulation you worked on.
Yeah, in my starting of this last year, starting of the semester, so I did fluid simulation also. One chocolate shake I made simulate, and I tried on whiskey also. So whiskey, so all fluid everything I did in Blender, and fluid simulation in Blender itself is very nice. And now they are increasing it, updating it more. Recently it's 2.90, and I heard like they have good updates over there also,
All right.
Blender and everything.
All right. So working on a new software, working on a different software than everybody else, working three consecutive projects at the same time. How challenging was that as an artist, as a student?
Yeah, for those these three projects, like major projects for them, I'm distributing time according to that. So what I did that, for example, you saw my building, my first project. For that, I just keep it as a modeling phase, and I plan it for the modeling. Once modeling is done, then I move it to another project, which is robot. Then I made its modeling. Okay, by the way, building is modeled in Blender, and robot is modeled in Maya completely. Because I want to keep all of the softwares what I learned in my fingertips. I don't want to lose any software. So practicing, I mean, yeah. So then in report, then simulation I was doing in Blender. So simulation I did before everything else before. So it was already done that time. So for these two major things, then for the building, I was thinking to learn textures, everything. So I was playing with nodes a lot. Then I tried to connect the nodes as in the building. Viewers already saw the video. So in that whole textures of the building and everything is basically nodes only.
Okay.
Yeah, only nodes and like this distance and everything, gaps and everything. It's basically coming out from the nodes and everything. So I learned a good thing over there also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we saw that you had this building, and it had like some areas that blown up, like they were like the window was
Yeah, the
shattered
broken
and
stuff,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So I want to ask you that: was there like a specific faces simulate? You simulate the specific faces, or you just made them like from from
for
scratch?
that
Well, you
actually,
just adjust the polygons, or you just simulate it?
yeah, actually, I didn't simulate for that. I used little bit smart method, or like little bit old method, but effective right now if we are not doing and breaking animation. So it's breaking simulations. If you're doing only still breaking, like what I did in my building, so I use Boolean, but not only Boolean, but the object which is breaking the building, that I made with the help of modifiers.
All right.
Two modifiers I use over there.
All right. So let me tell you this, guys. He's one of the oldest friends, Umar. He's a problem solver. He has, I think, most experience here in this room. It was lovely talking to you, Umar. Okay, we have a comment here from maybe Sue. It's like, Umar, all the best.
Yeah, it's my
So,
classmate Eugene.
Yeah. So thanks,
Thank you.
Eugene, for
Thank you, Eugene, for that.
watching the stream and appreciating the work. And that'll be all from Umar. Thank you, Umar, for being
Thank
with
you
us.
so
It
much,
was lovely
Mohammed.
talking to you. And stay tuned, guys. We'll be having another student here in the visual effects. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. We have another student, one of my friends here, Eugene. Eugene, let's just talk about you. Introduce yourself.
Hi, so my name is Eugene and I'm a visual effects and concept design student. So basically, my main skill in doing basically I'm an aspiring concept designer and a creator as well. So basically, I just kind of love to do a lot of sketches when I was young, and then have a lot of those crazy ideas in my head, then which I just like to put it on paper and show it visually, and then hope in the future, I can create my own asset which belongs to myself and become a creator as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So Eugene has like really interesting concept art, FIP. So I'm excited to look forward to it. And let's jump into your video, and we'll talk after that.
My name is Eugene and I'm a final year visual effects student. This is my final year project, which is entitled The Other Side. It is a concept design project which is intended for either games or film. So the story of my project is basically about a father who traveled to an alternate universe full of mysterious creatures and surrounding in search for his lost son. So the genre of the story are basically horror, science fiction, and thriller. Medias like Stranger Things, The Evil Within, Annihilation, and The Last of Us have proved to be, a very huge inspiration in me creating this project. So I started with the creature designs, and then which followed by the environment designs, and then finally created several concept arts for the story. So the entire theme for the designs is mutation, which was inspired by the film Annihilation. So the creatures are designed basically kind of looks like mutated humans or animals, and then it is designed with the intention to make them look weird and disturbing, and then so the audience will feel uncomfortable looking at them. So as for the environment design, the idea behind is that the alternate world is an exact copy of the original world, except it looks abandoned and apocalyptic due to the contaminated atmosphere. So for the concept arts, I produced several artworks which show some of the main characters' journey in the alternate world when looking for his son. So this project actually served as a very great opportunity for me to step out of my comfort zone and to showcase my skills. So with this, that I hope that my skills is good enough for me to somehow land a job in the future.
Wow, and an interesting, project, something new. We've been seeing 3D projects, environment FIPs coming in. It's new. It's a new thing having as a concept as your major and using it as an FIP. For the viewers who don't know, concept art is the most important thing when you're tackling a visual effects or animation or anything like that, because everything is based on that. You have to give out every possible detail and everything. So, how important is that in your project? Talk about like some details about your project.
Basically, because I just started, when I just kind of trying to because I kind of am someone who loves, watching horror films and then horror themes, and then when I look at them, I mean when I watch them, and then just kind of like remember, oh, how do they actually, visualize all of this stuff and then to create, because horror is it's kind of also a very difficult genre to make, because if you fail to scare your audience, that means you basically fail to deliver the entire stuff. So basically, well, when I see some of the film, like, oh wow, it is quite scary and stuff, but then like, okay, maybe I should try out and stuff, because from what we know, visual effects, when people are doing the projects, they are going for science fiction and fantasy. Those are very common term in terms of the visual effects. So but then kind of feel like horror is actually also a great thing to explore the visual effects line, because there's a lot of stuff you can go. Then so I just did a lot of research, see some some concept arts and then some concept design that we've done for some films, and then see how do they do it, and then take a few pieces and then combine it together, and then that is how I create this entire project.
Yeah, that's I really like your creativity regarding this FIP. Taking that genre and putting and then doing something out of it. So we have a comment from David. David says, "When is the film being released, Eugene?" He's being really supportive of you, and he thinks that someday you might wanna make a feature film out of it. So Eugene, we talked about details about a character. Let's just talk about something about your personal character, like the character you have designed. What's he like? What's his mood like? What he does, what he likes and stuff
Okay,
like that.
so basically, like as according to the video, basically the story is about a father who traveled to an alternate world just in search for his lost son.
Sure.
So the entire theme is to portray, although it is a horror theme, because there's a lot of mysterious creatures and dangerous, strange looking creatures and stuff. But then the entire thing is basically to show how loving and how brave the father is to actually travel to a world full of dangerous stuff, and even the father knows himself that it is very dangerous to go through and all this stuff. But then his main goal is just to look for his son. That is the ultimate goal. So I mean, even though he doesn't care, okay, I'm going to encounter this, encounter that, and it's very, very strange. And then all he think of is, I need to make sure that I can find my son. I can get him safe. So that is the ultimate purpose. So basically, the whole story is about a journey. The journey of the father who traveled here and there just to look for his son. Yeah.
Right. So we have another comment here from Clara. She says, all the best for the FY.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So that's the thing, guys. That's all with them we have with Eugene here. Eugene, thank you so much for being with us and telling us all your project. But stay tuned, guys. We have another amazing student coming in here with their FIP. So yeah. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back. We have another student here, one of my friends here in Epic, one of my oldest friends here for 3 years. She's a great artist. I tell you this, I love her work, personally. So Winsky is with us. Winsky, tell us about yourself.
Yes, thank you, Muhammad. Hi, guys. I think I will introduce myself first. My name is Finsky. I am one of the fellow VFX students here, like my friends before. I'm doing visual effects and concept design, and this is my third and final year. And I'm an aspiring digital sculptor, so I like doing characters, I like making creatures, I like to put high details into what I'm making because I feel like when we create art and like if people can feel that we put a lot of like love and like effort into it, it makes it more interesting for the people to enjoy the art.
Sure. I mean, I know Winsky personally, and I can guarantee you this. She puts her A work in everything she does, and I hope her FIP is interesting as well. So have a look at it at her FIP, and then we're going to discuss it later.
Hi, I'm Finsky. I take pride in calling myself a career storyteller. When I create something, I like to explore many different things, from social issues, Greek myth, to dinosaurs, you name it. So today I'm going to show you about my character design project. Check it out! Hi! Veteran Novice, the title of this project, was taken from a Latin phrase, which means to perfect the old by the means of the new. And in this project, I create a character of a Greek goddess, which is Athena, and I match it with a human-like occupation, which is a potter, because it's very suitable to her characteristic and trait, because she is the goddess of art and craft, and she likes to create things, and she is very meticulous individual. So this project actually was inspired by my interest in classical style sculptures. And I'm intrigued because they are immortalized in time and they even stay admirable even in the current time because art is timeless. So in this project, you can see that she is sitting in her workshop studio creating a sculpture which is a clay pot, and she is shaping it inspired by the pillars of the Parthenon. So actually I choose Athena because she is one of the most influential and well-loved Greek goddess character of all time. This project was sculpted in ZBrush and also rendered in Arnold Maya. This is the final outcome of Athena as a potter. And if you want to know more or like see more about this project or also see my other creations, please feel free to check my websites. Thank you and bye-bye.
All right, so we just saw her project. I really like it, and let's talk about about her project with Winsky, and let's know more.
Yep.
So Winsky, I want to ask you this. Like me personally, I like sculpting in ZBrush as well. But the most difficult thing I face in ZBrush is the texturing. So how are you gonna talk about that? How did you tackle that problem, and how did you come up with a solution for that?
Okay, so yeah, actually for this project, I use two different methods for texturing. For the face, the head, and the body, I use poly painting in ZBrush because I feel like I can get more skin details in it because I didn't use a ready-made skin texture. I painted in ZBrush so that I can make it more suitable because I added like details like the eyebrows and all right, and like the slight blush on her cheeks, for example. But for the rest of the items, like the equipment, the clothes, the t-shirt, the jeans, I use substance painter.
All right, all right.
Mhm.
Okay, so you said that we were finding about you were finding a balance between the modern
Yeah.
and the classic. So how was the research like? Because I know that when you're designing a character, you have to be specific, you have to be
Mhm.
detailed. So what was the research about what you had in mind?
Okay, that's an interesting question because, like, actually, that was one of the most challenging part during the making. Because if I make it too much like a human, of course, like no one will be able to tell it's Athena, right?
Sure.
But at the same time, if I show too much like the classical style, like of the outfit, if it's like too ancient, people will not get that I'm trying to like make it modern also. So that's like kind of hard to find a balance. But eventually, I tried to show it from both sides. So I did a lot of research, like in terms of her characteristic, what does she look like, about the classical style sculptures also. And I tried to combine it by showing both at the same time. So I showed her human side from the t-shirt and jeans,
Mhm.
because that's like a very basic outfit from human, right? Like we just wear t-shirt and jeans everywhere.
Mhm.
And I tried to show her classic style, her Athena side, to her golden accessories, also from her braided hairstyle, also. So I just try to like make sure I show her common traits.
Right, right. Like me personally, I love the presentation of the
Mhm.
whole thing. It's just not the character. It's all about the surrounding as well, supporting that idea of the character. That's what I'm talking about. That's the hard work she does in her projects. And we have a message from Roshni, our fellow artist. She says, "Great job, guys. She appreciates it."
Thank you,
And
Roshni.
thank you so much, Roshni, for joining us today. And that'll be all from Winsky's side. Winsky, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your knowledge with us. It was great
Mhm.
help. And stay tuned, guys. We'll be having another visual effects student right here with us. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you.
Hi, we're back live again with another amazing student here, Zubeda. Zubeda, let's introduce
Alright,
yourself and
so
let's talk about your project a little bit.
yeah, sure. So I'm Zubaida from Visual Effects and Concept Design. And first of all, what I'd like to say is I love playing Mortal Kombat a lot. And it's one of my favorite games after Red Dead Redemption. And this time for my final year project, I came up with an idea to create a 3D environment inspired from Mortal Kombat.
Sure.
Because I kind of felt like, why not I create something which I'm like deeply connected with,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to the fidelity. I'm like really very happy when I play Mortal Kombat. So
Mhm.
yeah, I took up the challenge and I created an environment, everything in Maya, and I textured in Substance Painter, and I also rendered with Arnold in Maya. So moving forward, I think let's look at the project first, and then we
Yeah,
will explain more
let's look at
about
the
it.
project first
Yeah.
and let's discuss about that more.
All right.
All right, we're back. Interesting choice going for the environment. I mean, it was really nice. I liked it. I like the details. I like that it was just not this one single thing. It was a whole thing supporting everything together. I liked it personally. I loved it. I want to ask you that when you're making something like that, you're working with the environment. They're like a lot of manufacturers, a lot of
Yeah.
amount of file handling and stuff. So how was that? How did you handle that?
Well, first of all, before coming to the file handling, I would like to say that setting up your look and feel,
Mhm.
and also setting up like how you are going to start, like the workflow, the
Mhm.
pipeline flow chart is really very important. So what I did was I followed Substance by Adobe pipeline chart, and I followed like step by step, like every single production pipeline, and by following that I could organize my files properly, because in a game environment you have high polish and low polish,
Sure.
right? So for the high polish you need to like rebake and like remesh and retopo, so in order to make the whole environment optimized as possible,
Mhm.
so it doesn't become too heavy for you to handle, since you are going to have camera animation
Sure.
and rendering as well. So since it was like a large scale environment, I tried to make it as optimized as possible. And as for the texturing part, which you were asking, I used Substance Painter.
Mhm.
So what I did was I assigned different materials to the whole environment, and I brought the whole set on Substance Painter, so I could see like how the contrast is. Like for example, for the mountain, the pit, and also like the skull. Like if I bring them separately, then I wouldn't be able to know like how
Sure.
how the look and feel will be in the
Mhm.
in the end. So and you also have to think about like the composition part. So if like one thing doesn't work out, like for example, I had fire simulation, but it wasn't really going well. So what I did was I generated fire on Nuke and I composited it. So yeah, it's more of like problem solving
Sure,
a
sure,
lot
sure.
while also handling the files. So yeah, it was pretty interesting for me to explore a new it was totally new for me to
Okay.
create the environment. Yeah.
All right. So we have a comment here from your friend Muskan. Amazing work, Zubeda. She loves your work.
Thank you,
And
Muskan.
yeah, right. Thank you so much for being with us, Muskan, and joining us in this stream. That'll be all from Zubeda from your side, and thank you for being with us. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you
And
so much, guys.
yeah, and stay tuned, guys. We'll be having an online session with our mates. They're from not here in Malaysia because they left for the COVID-19 situation. So we'll be having another student with us. Stay tuned, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to the live session. We have a special guest with us right now. He is our fellow VFX student, but he is in back from Pakistan because of the COVID-19 situation. But he is live with us via online software. He's with us right now. So let's talk to him. Hi, Moise, how you doing? Hi, mate, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, man. You're looking nice. You're looking fresh. You're looking good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this.
Okay,
Comments.
Moise, let's just introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself a bit.
Okay, my name is Abdul Muis, and I'm the student in APU. So before that, I already have experience in graphic designing, but I want to enhance my skills. So I just came and came here in APU to get get more skills for about the 3D,
Sure.
and yeah, I get the bachelor degree as well.
All right, very interesting. Okay, so Moise is also one of the most experienced guys we have here in visual effects, and the whole artist, our community. So let's just jump into your final year video, and let's just discuss after that.
Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Abdul Muiz and I'm from Pakistan. I just finished my bachelor in visual effect and concept design. I have a 3 years of graphic designing experience. Also, then I started my own company named as Mesh and working for almost like a 5 years. We created like a application design, website design, and 2D all kind of 2D design. Also the development of the applications and the website. Yeah, this is my just quick overview of me. So in this video, I'm telling you about one of my final year assignment, which is like basic concept is like a spaceship which is coming from the space and landed on the ground. So for that, I created like one spaceship also and like a four environment. Like one is like a space, one is like a clouds, and another one is the mountain, and the fourth one, the last one is the landing place where the spaceship will land. So for the space one, I created like as you can see in the picture, like there's a globe kind of thing what I created. And second thing, second environment is like clouds which are created by using the nodes in Blender and some procedure kind of thing by using volume and distorted some kind of. And the third one is I used the image to displace the landscape. And the fourth one I created like a ground which has like a snow and a bumpy kind of surface. And also I used the same cloud, same mountain from the previous environment, and some model, some kind of satellite kind of thing, and created the whole scene. So this is very good experience for me, and for in future I will improvise it and use these skills for other assignments and in my future work also. And thank you. That's all from me. Thank you.
Well, that'll be all from Moise's final year project. Me personally, Moise, I love the terrain, and I just love the way you did, and the renders are like pretty good. So yeah, Moise, I'm gonna ask you this: what kind of inspiration, or when did you have the reference to do something like that?
So basically, my main point why I choose like different, like if you see in the video, like there's a like a four environment and there's the modeling also. Basically, I want to improvise my skills, like 3D modeling. And if you see the environment, like a different kind of like it's every environment needs a research. So I want if you see the mountains, how we can make the mountain, we need some research how we need, because there is a like different way to do one, make a mountain also. And if you see on the last environment, like the where the snow is, so I created the texture of that snow and the bumpiness of the mountain breaks some kind of. So this is like basically because I want to be a 3D journalist, so I want to experience like every step. So that's why I choose these type of where this idea came from. Yeah.
All right. Now, I just want to ask you another thing. Okay, because when you're working on something like that, there's like animation, modeling, terrains, multiple things, lighting and stuff. According, like for you, what was the most difficult situation you were in during the project?
Basically, the most difficult is I can say the because in this project, like texturing as well as the modeling is like a combining both together. Like because I am using some kind of displacement by using the texture, and the texture is created by the nodes and procedural kind of thing. So to handle these stuff and with the help, like right now, like I only have my laptop, so it's like the one my main file for the last environment is like almost like a 1 GB. To handle this file and to work on this file is very difficult for me, but it's quite a challenge. I take it as a challenge to me and just complete my work.
All
Yeah.
right. We have a comment from Joshua again. Really nice,
Yeah.
Moise. Love the spaceship design, and thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for being with us, Moise. It was lovely to talk to you after such a long time. You look great, and take care of yourself and your family and everybody. And that'll be
Thank
all
you.
from Moise. And thank you so much for being with us. And we have another online participant from India. He's also a visual effects student, really good friend of mine. He'll be joining us soon, so stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, welcome back. We are back again. We have one last visual effects student with us, and he's all the way from India, joining us from via online link. And his name is Aditya. Aditya, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Oh man, it's so nice to see you after such a long time. You're looking good, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, Aditya, let's just introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, my name is Aditya. I like 3D motion design and I got into lighting. So, yeah, mostly my work is centered around motion design and lighting. Yeah.
All right, all right. I've personally seen Aditya grow as an artist because we were together at Immense when we were interns there, and he literally picked up the grab and toward on the lighting, and he does an amazing job at that department. So let's have a look at his FIP real quick, and then we'll be back.
Hi, my name is Aditya KP. I'm a visual effects and concept design student. For my last semester, I made a short film called The Getaway. It is a mixture of 3D and live action. It was suggested by my lecturer so that I can showcase the skills of 3D journalists. I'll show you the process of making it.
I started out by modeling in Maya. I also did the UV mapping in Maya. Then I exported all the models in FBX so that I can work in Blender. I started assembling all the models in Blender and slowly began look development. I then rigged the car and started animating. For the live action part, I shot the footage using a phone and then tracked it using Buju so that I can export the tracking data and get the scene in Maya. After exporting the Buju file, I imported it in Maya and started assembly. For getting realistic results, I created a HDRI map of the room in which I shot so that the lighting will also match. These are some shots from the completed video.
I learned a lot about animation and compositing, and I got to improve my storytelling skills. So, this project helped me both creatively and technically.
All right, that was the FIP video of Aditya. Aditya, I personally love the concept, love the work you've done, the effort you've put in. And I'm going to ask you this. This is something new we have seen so far, and something unique. I'm going to ask you that. How did you come up with that idea, and what inspired you to make something like that?
Yeah, so I watch a lot of movies, and Baby Driver is one of my favorite movies. So if you watch the video, you can see the song is from the Baby Driver. So like I wanted to make a chase scene that felt like a movie but had the style of like a cartoon. So yeah, so by mixing like both styles, I came up with this. Yeah.
Right, right. So no, Aditya, there is no doubt that you are an amazing compositor, amazing 3D artist. I've seen you, I've worked with you. But I know that you struggle when it comes to animation, and there is a lot of animation in your project. So let us tell us about how did you tackle that problem, and how did you come with such results?
Yeah, so since I made this like type of idea, so I started like watching so many tutorials about like animation and like how it can affect the whole thing if it's not done properly. So I put a lot of effort into like animating using graphs and like interpolation modes. Yeah, so yeah, I learned a lot during this process.
All right. That's the thing, guys. It's all about problem solving. If you have a problem, you search through it and you make it happen. The things you have in your mind, that's the creativity, and it takes time. And but the thing is, once you learn it, you will enjoy it. Thank you so much for being with us, Aditya. It was lovely to talk to you for so long. But thank you for being with us. And guys, that'll be all from the visual effects module. But we still, I'm gonna still remind you, we have still physical exhibition going on. If you guys still want to come here and visit the projects, you're please come. We are following every SOPs and stuff like that. We have amazing projects from PD, from ABM, from animation, from PFA as well. So yeah, please do come and give us your time. It'll be fun. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us and streaming with us. It was lovely to have you here, and we'll see you next time. We have, but stay tuned. We have a live session with animation students, 3 p.m. today. So just stick around, have some lunch, and we will be back with you guys. Thank you.